U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham was in town Monday morning. The senator spoke with Williamsburg County Supervisor Stanley Paisley and King Street Town Manager Richard Treen about the issues affecting both the town and county. The senator was then off to the Williamsburg Regional Temporary Hospital for a tour.
About 30 minutes out the door.
What percentage of the people that come to the ER use it basically as a primary health care facility?
In this instance, we're probably a little lower than most of the rural ERs in the state. We see a high degree of acuity here, and I know we see a higher degree of acuity than my colleagues I'm aware of.
What would be the average for rural?
They use it as a primary care, somewhere around 40%.
Okay, now 40% of the caseload on average, less here.
Probably 40% here. Sometimes it's over 50%.
We're so excited to have Senator Lindsey Graham here with us today because we want to show him what he's been helping us maintain for the past year plus. If it hadn't been for Senator Graham and helping us get the FEMA funds that we needed to keep this hospital in operation, the temporary hospital, we would not be operating today. So thanks to him, and we are so excited to have him here to actually show him what he's been helping us keep going.
Okay.
Well, the purpose of this visit is for me to be educated about what Williamsburg County needs in terms of what my office can do. I met with the county supervisor, I met with the King Street city manager. We got water problems all over the county, we got flooding problems, we got drainage problems, but the big issue is the hospital. The 1,000-year flood wiped out the hospital. Depending on who you believe, 28 to 31 inches of water, that's enough for me. The difference doesn't really matter. I am convinced the hospital needs to be built anew. The federal government is spending $3 or $4 million every quarter or every 6 months, I guess, to keep this facility open. And we appreciate this facility. Without this facility, there'd be no health care being provided. The hospital is the largest employer in the county. So our goal, working together, is to convince the federal government that for about $18 million we can build a new hospital. Maybe less, $12 million. I've been a lawyer all my adult life. I know this. The insurance company would not have paid the claim if they didn't think it was legitimate. So if the private insurance company believes that the hospital is a complete loss, I don't know why the federal government doesn't believe it. I wanted to go into the hospital, but I can't go in unless I get suited up according to the EPA and DHEC, that you just can't walk into the hospital unless you have all this gear on, and I don't have time to put all of it on. So I'm gonna call the person in charge of FEMA for this part of South Carolina and tell them that rather than spending millions more to keep this temporary facility open, let's go ahead and do 12 or 13 million, whatever you need to build a new hospital. It'd be the biggest thing that could happen to the county. The flood was devastating to this part of South Carolina, but if we get a new hospital out of it, then it would be a godsend to the county. The largest employer provides quality health care in your own backyard.
Williamsburg County Supervisor Stanley Paisley also had a chance to talk to the senator.
It's a great day for us to have Senator Graham come join us this morning.
It was great, wasn't it?
Absolutely. I think we're getting good support.
He understands.
I think the reality of building a new hospital is getting closer and closer for all.
It's become a reality.
We had the privilege of meeting with Senator Graham this morning, and he asked what were the priorities for Williamsburg County and how could he help. Number one is our hospital and meeting the needs and helping us to build a new hospital. And he's pledged his commitment and his support. The second item that we talked about was the drainage problem that we have in Williamsburg County, all across this county. He has indicated that, made some suggestions as to what agencies we might talk with about providing us with some support to do some feasibility studies to move forward. We also talked about economic development and the continued growth for Williamsburg County. We talked about how we needed additional product. Fortunately, our spec buildings have all been occupied, and he's going to help us any way he possibly can to see if we can get some funding to support our economic development initiatives. So we were very impressed and very appreciative of Senator Graham taking his time to be with us this morning and to ask us about what our needs are.